Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are doing great and improving your English every single day. Today we are going to learn 3 extremely useful and powerful phrasal verbs that native English speakers use in conversations, movies, interviews, offices, schools, social media, and even daily family discussions. Our topic is the use of bring on, bring off, and bring out. Now before we begin, let me ask you a quick question. Have you ever heard someone say, bring on the challenge, or, this color really brings out your eyes, or, she brings off difficult tasks so easily? If yes, then you already know how common and important these expressions are in English. But many learners become confused because all 3 phrasal verbs begin with the word bring, yet their meanings are completely different. That is exactly what we are going to master today. In this lecture, we will discuss the meaning, structure, grammar, pronunciation, real-life usage, emotional tone, common mistakes, speaking practice, and advanced usage of bring on, bring off, and bring out. I will also give you many examples and practical situations so you can remember these phrasal verbs naturally and use them confidently in your daily English. This lecture is going to be detailed, interesting, engaging, and very useful for spoken English improvement. So stay focused until the end because this lesson can completely change the way you understand and use phrasal verbs. Now let us begin with the first phrasal verb. Bring on. The phrasal verb bring on is one of the most exciting and energetic expressions in English. Native speakers use it in many different situations. Sometimes it means to cause something to happen. Sometimes it means to introduce something. And sometimes it is used to express excitement and readiness. Let us understand each meaning one by one. First meaning of bring on. To cause something to happen. This is one of the most common meanings of bring on. In this use, something creates another situation, condition, feeling, or result. For example, stress can bring on headaches. This means stress causes headaches. Too much pressure can bring on anxiety. This means pressure causes anxiety. Cold weather can bring on cough and fever. Again, the weather causes illness. So whenever one thing creates another thing, we can use bring on. Structure. Subject plus bring on plus effect or result. Examples. Lack of sleep brings on tiredness during the day. Fear sometimes brings on negative thinking. Heavy rain brings on traffic problems in the city. Too much screen time brings on headaches. Unhealthy eating habits bring on health issues. Notice something very important here. In all these sentences, one thing causes another thing to happen. Now let us look at more emotional and psychological examples because native speakers often use bring on while talking about emotions and mental states. Examples. Stress brings on frustration. Loneliness sometimes brings on sadness. Pressure during exams brings on nervousness in students. Negative comments bring on self-doubt. Financial problems bring on anxiety in many families. This usage is extremely common in articles, podcasts, and conversations related to health and emotions. Now let us move to the second meaning. Second meaning of bring on. To introduce something or someone. This use is common in television shows, stage performances, competitions, concerts, speeches, and entertainment programs. Imagine a host standing on stage saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, bring on the next performer." This means invite or present the next performer. Examples. The host brings on the next contestant. The school brings on a guest speaker for the seminar. The company brings on a new manager. The coach brings on fresh players during the match. The television show brings on famous celebrities every week. Now let us imagine a music concert. The crowd becomes excited and starts shouting, "Bring on the band." This means the audience wants the band to appear on stage. This expression creates energy and excitement. Third meaning of bring on. To express excitement, confidence, or readiness. This is probably the most fun and motivational use of bring on. When people say, "Bring it on," they mean they're ready for challenges, difficulties, or competitions. This expression shows confidence, courage, and determination. Examples. The team says, "Bring on the final match." She smiles and says, "Bring on the challenge." The students shout, "Bring on the holidays." He says, "Bring on the competition. I am ready." The athlete says, "Bring on the pressure." This usage is very common in sports, motivational speeches, action movies, and friendly conversations. Now let us study some real-life situations. Situation 1. A student studies hard for an important exam. Instead of feeling afraid, the student says, "Bring on the exam." This means the student feels ready and confident. Situation 2. A football team reaches the final round of a tournament. The players shout, "Bring on the final." This shows excitement and confidence. Situation 3. Someone waits all year for winter vacations and finally says, "Bring on the holidays." Again, this expresses excitement. Now let us discuss pronunciation. Native speakers stress the second word strongly. Bring on. Say it with energy. Bring on. Very good. Now let us move to the next phrasal verb. Bring off. Bring off is a very powerful and advanced phrasal verb. It is less common in casual conversation but extremely useful in formal English, business English, news reports, interviews, and professional speaking. Bring off means to succeed in doing something difficult. Whenever someone achieves something challenging, surprising, or impressive, we can use bring off. This phrasal verb usually gives the feeling that success was not easy. Examples. She brings off difficult tasks successfully. The team brings off an incredible victory. The company brings off a successful business campaign. The chef brings off an amazing dinner for hundreds of guests. The actor brings off the role perfectly. Notice something important. Bring off is not used for small or ordinary success. It is used when success requires effort, skill, intelligence, confidence, or hard work. For example, if someone solves a very difficult problem, we can say, "He brings off the impossible." If a singer performs a difficult song beautifully, we can say, "She brings off the performance brilliantly." Now let us understand the emotional feeling behind bring off. This phrasal verb often creates admiration. When we hear someone brings off something difficult, we automatically respect their ability. Examples. The pilot brings off a safe landing during dangerous weather. The young entrepreneur brings off a successful startup. The students bring off a brilliant science exhibition. The football team brings off a shocking comeback. The director brings off a fantastic movie despite a small budget. Now let us discuss some professional situations. Business situation. A company faces financial problems but still launches a successful product. We can say, the company brings off a successful launch despite financial pressure. Sports situation. A weak team defeats a champion team. We can say, the team brings off an unforgettable victory. Education situation. Students organize a large event successfully. We can say, the students bring off the event perfectly. Now let us discuss sentence patterns. Bring off plus noun. She brings off the project. Bring off plus difficult achievement. He brings off an impossible task. Bring off plus pronoun. They bring it off successfully. Now let us compare simple English with advanced English. Simple English. She succeeds in the role. Advanced English. She brings off the role beautifully. Simple English. The company succeeds in the campaign. Advanced English. The company brings off the campaign successfully. See how much more natural and advanced the second sentences sound. Now let us discuss some common mistakes. Many learners confuse bring off with take off. Take off means remove something or leave the ground. Examples. The airplane takes off. He takes off his jacket. But bring off means achieve success. Examples. She brings off the difficult performance. The team brings off a huge victory. Remember this difference carefully because many learners confuse these phrasal verbs. Now let us move to our third phrasal verb. Bring out. Bring out is one of the most beautiful and expressive phrasal verbs in English. Native speakers use it in emotional conversations, fashion discussions, education, photography, art, marketing, business, and daily communication. Bring out has several meanings. First meaning of bring out. To reveal or show something clearly. This means making a quality, emotion, beauty, talent, or feature more noticeable. Examples. Her smile brings out her beauty. Good teachers bring out confidence in students. This color brings out your eyes beautifully. Friendship brings out happiness in people. Challenges bring out inner strength. This usage is very common in emotional and descriptive English. One extremely popular expression is, bring out the best in someone. This means helping someone show the best qualities, talents, or abilities. Examples. Her parents bring out the best in her. The coach brings out confidence in the players. Great teachers bring out creativity in students. Good friends bring out positivity in each other. Music brings out emotions in people. This expression is very powerful and positive. Now let us discuss the second meaning. Second meaning of bring out. To produce, launch, or publish something. Companies, brands, authors, and musicians use bring out when introducing new products or creations. Examples. The company brings out a new smartphone every year. The writer brings out another novel. The fashion brand brings out a winter collection. The musician brings out a new album. The software company brings out updated versions regularly. This meaning is extremely common in business and media English. Now let us discuss the third meaning. Third meaning of bring out. To take something outside or present something. Examples. She brings out tea for the guests. The waiter brings out the food quickly. The family brings out old photographs during holidays. The restaurant brings out dessert after dinner. He brings out extra chairs for visitors. This usage is common in homes, restaurants, and social gatherings. Now let us study emotional and personality-related uses of bring out. Certain situations can bring out hidden emotions, strengths, weaknesses, or personality traits. Examples. Competition brings out aggression in some people. Hard times bring out courage. Fear brings out anger. Love brings out kindness. Success brings out confidence. This meaning is deeply connected with psychology and emotions. Now let us compare all three phrasal verbs together because this is where many learners become confused. Bring on usually means cause something or welcome something. Bring off means achieve something difficult successfully. Bring out means reveal, publish, or show something. Now listen carefully to these three examples. Stress brings on headaches. The team brings off an incredible victory. The experience brings out leadership qualities. Three completely different meanings. Now let us practice with real-life scenes. Scene 1. A television host says, "Bring on the next performer." This means introduce the performer. Scene 2. A football team wins despite injuries and pressure. We say, "The team brings off a historic victory." Scene 3. A teacher motivates shy students and helps them speak confidently. We say, "The teacher brings out confidence in students." Now let us make things even more interesting with storytelling examples. Story example 1. A young student feels nervous before a speech competition. His teacher motivates him every day and brings out his confidence. During the final competition, the pressure brings on nervousness for many students, but this student remains calm. Finally, he brings off an outstanding performance and wins first prize. Notice how all three phrasal verbs work naturally in one story. Story example 2. A small football club reaches the championship final. Fans shout, "Bring on the final." During the game, pressure brings on stress and excitement. However, the team brings off a shocking victory, and the experience brings out national pride in the fans. Again, all three phrasal verbs fit naturally. Now let us discuss pronunciation practice. Repeat after me slowly. Bring on the challenge. The team brings off a difficult victory. This music brings out emotions. Excellent. Now let us discuss advanced usage in professional English. Bring on in health discussions. Doctors and psychologists often use bring on while discussing causes. Examples. Smoking brings on serious diseases. Stress brings on anxiety. Poor eating habits bring on health problems. Bring off in formal and business English. Journalists and professionals use bring off to describe impressive success. Examples. The diplomat brings off an important agreement. The company brings off a remarkable recovery. The leader brings off a successful strategy. Bring out in creativity and marketing. Artists, photographers, and companies use bring out regularly. Examples. This lighting brings out the colors beautifully. The company brings out limited edition products. The designer brings out elegant fashion collections. Now let us do a quick speaking exercise. Imagine you are talking to a friend. Your friend says, "I have a difficult interview tomorrow." You reply confidently, "You can bring it off." Now another example. Someone says, "This teacher helps students become confident." You can say, "Yes, she really brings out the best in students." Another example. Your friend says, "I am nervous about the competition." You reply, "Come on. Bring on the challenge." See how natural and conversational these phrasal verbs are. Now let us discuss why phrasal verbs are important for fluency. Native speakers use phrasal verbs constantly. If you avoid them, your English may sound too formal, robotic, or unnatural. Phrasal verbs make your English sound fluent, confident, and natural. For example, instead of saying, "The situation causes stress," native speakers often say, "The situation brings on stress." Instead of saying, "She succeeds in the performance," native speakers may say, "She brings off the performance brilliantly." Instead of saying, "This color reveals your beauty," they may say, "This color brings out your beauty." Now let us revise everything clearly. Bring on means cause something, introduce something, or welcome something. Examples. Stress brings on headaches. Bring on the competition. The host brings on the next guest. Bring off means achieve something difficult successfully. Examples. The team brings off an incredible victory. She brings off difficult tasks confidently. The actor brings off the role perfectly. Bring out means reveal, publish, or present something. Examples. The teacher brings out creativity in students. The company brings out new products. This lighting brings out beautiful colors. Now let us end with 5 strong final examples for each phrasal verb. 5 examples of bring on. Cold weather brings on flu in winter. The coach says, bring on the final match. Pressure brings on nervousness before exams. The television show brings on famous guests every week. The athlete says, bring on the competition. 5 examples of bring off. The students bring off a successful event. The singer brings off a difficult song beautifully. The team brings off a dramatic victory. The entrepreneur brings off a successful business idea. The actor brings off the emotional scene perfectly. 5 examples of bring out. Good friends bring out positivity in each other. This dress brings out your personality. The company brings out a new laptop model. The experience brings out courage in people. The waiter brings out dinner for the guests. And with that, we come to the end of today's powerful English lesson. Today we learned the meanings, structures, emotional tones, pronunciation, grammar, real-life usage, and differences between bring on, bring off, and bring out. These phrasal verbs are incredibly useful for spoken English, professional communication, movies, interviews, and daily conversations. Now your homework is simple. Make your own sentences using all 3 phrasal verbs and practice speaking them aloud confidently. Remember, fluency does not come from memorizing rules only. Fluency comes from listening, repeating, practicing, and using English naturally every day. Thank you so much for watching this lecture. Keep learning, keep practicing, and keep growing your English skills every single day. Take care, and I will see you in the next exciting English lesson.